This is Jeopardy! Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy B back with you once again for another edition of your favorite answer and question show. This is Jeopardy! Right here at MVG Productions. Glad you could join me here once again. I love this game, and I love the fact that we have had so much interest in who would be filling Alex's place as host of this show. And at the time of recording this particular episode, we found out like a week and a half ago that LeVar Burton is getting his chance to host the show, and I am excited. I'm excited, I'm honored, and I'm looking forward to it, and I personally think he is going to be one of the best choices for the show, and I think he's going to handle it really well. So I'm looking forward to this episode. I think they're scheduled to air. He's wrapping up the 37th season, and he is going to episodes I believe are airing July 26th through the 30th. So it's one of the rare times that I'm actually going to find a TV and actually sit down and watch and support. They don't have regular TV at my house like most people do, but I watch a lot of stuff online. But I'm going to find this, and I'm going to sit down and make sure it gets watched. For sure. Because I would really like for him to be the host. But anyway, that's enough about my gushing onto it. Let's get right into it. Let's play some Jeopardy. Let's bring Ann back in. Let's play with the ladies, Ann and Margie. Let's get into it. Let's play some Jeopardy. First round, of course, our Jeopardy round. One daily double up on the board. So look for these categories. Constitutional powers of Congress. Inspired characters. Grand Canyon history. Food for thought. Bridges. And finally, FELIX. Interesting how this works. Again, you'll have to apologize, folks. Time of recording this, I'm dealing with some allergies and possibly a head cold. So I'm very stopped up. So I'm going to try to not sound like I'm talking like this the entire time. Thank you, understand me. I'm sorry. But I'm going to try my best not to mess this up horribly. But let's begin with some food for thought for 200. These snack nuts bear the name of a vegetable that also grows in a pod. What are peanuts? There we go, on the board. And we'll go food for thought for 4. The wrist bones of the giant panda are elongated and act as thumbs for holding stalks of this food, its primary diet. What is bamboo? And I realize the window is just slightly crooked for y'all, so I'm going to make a quick adjustment here. And there we go. There we go. That should fix everything up for it now. All right, let's go with food for thought for 6. This bacterial product was dubbed milk of eternal life when it rejuvenated French King Francis I. What is yogurt? There we go. Food for thought for 8. Upton Sinclair's The Jungle influenced Teddy Roosevelt to help pass this act. What is the Stamp Act? Oh, wrong one. Anna Margie. That was the Pure Food and Drug Act. Okay. That's where I thought I'd messed up, but I was just a little off there. There we go. There we go. Now you got a perfect picture at home so you can see. And we'll finish it off for 1,000. Breeding female Antarctic fur seals rely almost totally on these shrimp-like crustaceans for food. What are krill? All right, so there we go. Got 1,000 there, and we'll move on. Let's go to bridges for 2. It's the presidential bridge that connects Manhattan and New Jersey. What is the John F. Kennedy Bridge? No. Okay. Fail. I thought it was the Kennedy Bridge, but I guess not. Oh, it's Washington. Okay. All right, we go to constitutional powers of Congress for 1,000. Article 1, Section 8 says Congress can make this, regulate its value, and punish people who copy it. What is money? Yeah. There we go. Seemed legit. I know I keep messing with the picture, and I'm sorry. Let's say we'll leave it alone now. I think we're fine. Constitutional powers for 2. Article 1, Section 8 says Congress shall have the power to lay these. The IRS agrees. What are taxes? All right. Let's go. Powers of Congress for 4. Congress has the right to constitute tribunals inferior to this. What is the Supreme Court? Nice. Powers of Congress for 6. Yo ho ho. Congress can define and punish these acts and felonies committed on the high seas. What are mutinies? Piracies. Wow. I was thinking mutiny on a ship, but I'm like, no, I should have paid attention. Yo ho ho. Because talking about pirates, you wonderfully stupid person. Anyway, moving on. Grand Canyon history for 1,000. 3 named Grand Canyon Conqueror. Margie in the hole for the first time this game. And I genuinely have no idea who conquered the Grand Canyon first. John Wesley Powell. Okay. Good to know. Margie's selection still. Bridges for 1,000. This famous bridge in Venice was first planned in 1524 and finally opened in 1591. There's the Rialto, and that's right. Anton's on the board for 1,000. Inspired characters for 1,000. This Willa Cather novel was inspired by the life of Jean Baptiste Lemay, the first bishop of Santa Fe. What is death becomes for the archbishop? All right, and selects again. Grand Canyon history for 8. Basically, 2 geological processes created the Grand Canyon: uplift and this. What is erosion? There it is. Yeah, because the Colorado River runs through the Grand Canyon, eroding it now, so it makes perfect sense. Constitutional powers of Congress for 8. Congress can do this, but by the 27th Amendment, it can't take effect until after the next election. What is repeal an amendment? If it's give themselves a raise, I'm gonna be slightly annoyed with myself, nonetheless. It is. Just Aw. All right. Let's go Grand Canyon history for 6. We're working up this one. This man was an innovator of the Grand Canyon tourism. Julie Garland played one of his girls in a 1946 MGM feature. It was Fred Harvey. Let's go Grand Canyon for 4. 1,450 miles long, its Grand Canyon's backbone was the Colorado River, as I mentioned earlier. I'll wrap it up for 2. Hardworking crossbred, generally sterile mammals that work the Grand Canyon, also part of Frank Linnaean hit title. What are donkeys? Oh, it was mule. Yeah, it was mule, not donkey. Donkey! I was wrong about that. But nonetheless. Somebody buzzed say mule. It's right there. It's a freebie. There it is. Again, it's minor things that I'm missing today, which I'm sort of proud of, but at the same time, should know better. Let's get inspired for 800. The title character of his unfinished novel, The Last Tycoon, was based on movie tycoon Ivan Thalberg. Or Irving Thalberg. Good Lord. I ain't gonna lie, my sinuses are like killing me today, and I'm hoping this sinus medicine kicks in here. So either starts draining, and just so I can breathe and focus, because it makes it really hard to play and try to do this game for you guys properly here. Correct response, by the way, was F. Scott Fitzgerald. Inspired characters for 6. In 1860, Anna Alcott, the model of this oldest March sister, married John Bridge Pratt. I have no idea. And apparently Anne doesn't either, because she's now in the hole as well. 2 players in the red early on in this one. That's sort of weird to see, but at the same time, glad it's not me. Well, not yet. I've seen many of this game before. It was Meg. Dang it, Meg. Inspired characters 4. Sherwood Anderson was the model for Dawson Fairchild in Mosquitoes, a 1927 novel by this Mississippi author. Who is Faulkner? There we go. And characters for 2. Paul Emanuel in this woman's novel, Villette, is based on M. Hager, a married man she fell in love with in Brussels. Virginia Woolf, I think. I don't know enough of it to try to guess, so I'm leaving this one alone. And I'm sad this is the starting one, so. It was Charlotte Bronte. All right, 2 categories left. Bridges for 4. Bridges over the Bosporus in this city connect Asia and Europe. Istanbul, once known as Constantinople. Bridges for 6. Found in Cologne, Germany, the Zoo Bridge spans this river. I actually don't know major rivers in Germany. I should. It's not the Rhine. It's not the Danube. Is it the Rhine? Okay, it's the Rhine. Okay. So the Rhine runs through Germany. Okay, making note of that for future geography questions. Felix for 1,000. Felix Hoffman synthesized this wonder drug in 1897. Had to be an aspirin, I think. Yep. It was aspirin, and now Margie's out of the hole and on the plus side. And they answered the Daily Double. Alright. Bidding $7.80 on Bridges. The clue here is 19th century artist William Morris called this UK country Forth Bridge supremest specimen of all ugliness. Wow. To say that about your own country's bridge, that says a lot there. Let's see what Margie says. Yep, Scotland. Sounds like something a Scotsman would say. Well, Margie's got 1580, and we just got questions about Felix left. For 600. Jacob was the original first name of this composer, who is better known as Felix. It was Mendelssohn. All right. Pick again, Margie. For 400. Felix Frankfurter was appointed by this president as Supreme Court Justice and has a Harvard professorship named for him. It was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or FDR. Fair enough. Margie again. For 800. This character was Oscar Madison's roomie. Can't say I don't know. Who was Felix Unger? Felix Unger. All right. And now for the last clue. In 1999, Felix Trinidad became a champion in this sport. It's 200. I'll take a guess. What is boxing? With a name like Trinidad, it had to have been a boxer. All right, so the end of our Jeopardy round. I'm in the lead with 3,000. Margie in second with 1580, and with no money. But she at least got out of the hole, and she's going to start first in Double Jeopardy. It starts right now. 2 daily doubles up on the board for this round, and the categories are as such. Strictly bluegrass music, songs from musicals, what century are you living in, title roles, nothing but time, and finally, 4. All right. Anne's going to start us this one. Strictly bluegrass for 16. From the Italian for small lute, this pear-shaped string instrument is widely used in bluegrass music. What is the what's the mandolin? I had to think which one it was. I was like, no, not banjo, not lute. It's sort of like a lute. Let's stick with bluegrass for 4. Approximately, the Strictly Bluegrass Music Festival is held each September in this bluegrass state. What is Kentucky? I know people who would be very mad at me if I missed that one. Bluegrass for 8. Answer the Daily Double. Surprisingly, I found a Daily Double early in this one. Let's see. I've got a $3,420 lead over Margie. You know what? It's early on in the round. I think I can pick up some more. Let's go for it. True Daily Double on this one. For 10,000, here's the clue. The bluegrass hit The Ballad of Jed Clampett served as this TV show's theme. What is the Beverly Hillbillies? Yeah! Let's go. Double up. $10,000. Nice. All right. Bluegrass for 12. This classic bluegrass song for banjo and guitar was featured in the film Deliverance. What is Dueling Banjos? Not going to lie, it was sort of weird hearing that song being played at work the other day. I love the new music playlist, but that one just kind of came out of me at nowhere. I'm like, huh? Huh, fair enough. Bluegrass music for 2,000. In a bluegrass standard, this good old Tennessee place is home sweet home to me. Oh, I almost messed up. Sorry, Justin. What is Rocky Top? My buddy Justin Ray, one of the members here on the channel. Again, would have not talked to me had I missed that. I'm mad it took me that long, though. All right, we're out of bluegrass stuff, so let's go to songs from musicals for 4. I could have danced all night. Okay, so we're giving us the song. I gotta name the musical. I'll take a shot. What is South Pacific? No. I was thinking South Pacific, My Fair Lady. I chose the wrong one. Probably wrong on both accounts. Anna Margie. Yep, it was My Fair Lady. I zagged when I should have zigged. All right, Margie again. Nothing but time for 16. In geologic time, eons are divided into these, which are in turn divided into periods. Eh? Eras. Okay. Gotcha. Marging in. 4 for 1600. Alacius, Arion, Sappho, and Terpander were the 4 poets of this island. What is Lesbos? Again, not literature. Literature is my downfall. What century are you living in for 2000? Lorenzo the Magnificent de Medici. I have no idea. So I guess they're giving us people. We have to figure out what century they were from. And that was the 15th century. Margie again. 4 for 800. After liberation from Nazi forces in 1945, this nation declared its government the Fourth Republic. Was it Poland or Belgium? Nope, France. Margie gets it. She's up to 2780. And we're going to title roles for 2000. Cobb. I wish you'd stop bouncing around the board because this makes it really hard to try to keep up with. It's like, can I just stick with one subject, please? Just work away. Correct answer, who was Tommy Lee Jones? All right, stop bouncing. Stick with the category. Go with it. What century are you living in for 1200? John Milton. He was a man of the 17th century, all right? I'm noticing a pattern in that category. I'm going to try for something. Nothing but time for 2000. The one developed by Society of Motion and Television Engineers shows hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. What is the time code? Yeah. I almost said frame rate, and I was like, that would have been wrong. Just saying the least. Let's go with let's just stick with time, because I'm okay with that for 12. We use this word for a schedule of train arrivals and departures. In England, it's also a schedule of classes. What is a syllabus? Not a syllabus. Oh, it's a docket, right? Nope, timetable. All right. Timetable it is. Margie's up to 3980. And here we go, bouncing around the board again. 4 for 1200. It's a unit of 4 inches used in measuring the height of a horse. What is a hand? I actually was talking about that with someone the other day. Only reason I remembered it. 4 for 2000. Answer there, the other daily double. All right, nowhere near as confident on this one as I was the other one earlier, so I'm going to risk a little less. I'm going to go I'll just go 1200 on this one, which will put me at an even 16,000 if I get it. From the Greek for 4 faces, it's a geometric solid with 4 plane faces. What is a tetrahedron? Yeah, I've been right. All right, let's finish 4 off for 4. With this feature, a motor vehicle's power can be transmitted into both axles. What is 4-wheel drive? All right, nothing but time for 8. In the 1970s, the FCC limited TV stations' network programming during this period. What is late night? Oh, it's prime time. Okay, interesting. All right, nothing but time for 4. It's also called dusk, and Rod Serling gave it a zone. What is the Twilight Zone? There we go. Got the money back up to 1,600 or 16,000. Gosh, yeah, 1,600. I'd be behind by a lot. Title rolls for 4. Hoffa. Didn't see it, so I have no idea. It was Jack Nicholson. Okay. Title rolls for 8. The Chronicles of Riddick. Oh, I should know this one. Again, I wish I had more time to watch movies and read books, but sadly I don't. It's Vin Diesel. Yeah. Margie's got it. Where to? What century you living in for Reinhard? 1600. Reinhard Heydrich. Going with a shot in the dark here, but what is the 18th century? All right. Completely ruined that one. It was the 20th century. All right. A little later in the line. Margie selects again. Songs for musicals for 16. I enjoy being a girl. I would enjoy actually knowing more answers to these because I sure as heck don't. Is it Rent? I mean, I'm willing to take a shot for Rent, so let's try it. What is Rent? No. It is not Rent. Margie with a free chance. She can actually mathematically she can almost catch me, so I gotta get one or two more right here to have a chance. What's the Flower Drum song? Never saw that musical. All right, Margie, where to? Songs for 12. I whistle a happy tune. That is from The King and I. I know some about The King and I. I've never actually watched the whole thing. So, let's see. Title rolls for 1,200. Introducing Dorothy Dandridge. Margie says something that misses. Okay. I have a chance now. See, because she can double 3580. That's 7,771.60. I'm still good. As long as she doesn't get above like 6,000, I got a chance. It was Halle Berry. Sorry, I'm already strategizing for Final Jeopardy at this point because I don't know if I'm getting any more of these. Title rolls for 1,600. Iris. Judi Dench, maybe? It was. And Anne is out of the hole. Still has no money, but she's got to score something to play Final Jeopardy. What century you living in for 800? Sir Francis Drake. It was the 16th century. 3 clues left, and Anne says, musicals for 2000. I hope I get it. I hope I don't miss it at this point. Anne going for it. Oh, and by missing that one, she is more than likely not going to play in Final Jeopardy. It was a chorus line. All right, 2 clues left, and Anne's unfortunately out of the game now. I feel pretty. I should know that one. What is what is Brigadoon? No, not Brigadoon. I don't think it was West Side Story. Wow, it was West Side Story. Now the last one. St. Timothy. What century am I living in? one that I don't know the answer to this, but I've got it locked up at this point, so I'm not worried about it. That was the first century. All right. End of the Double Jeopardy round, which was a rough one at that. Anne's in minus 2,000, so she is not going to be playing in this one. Margie has 3,580. I've got $12,000. So that's what happens as we go into Final Jeopardy now. And today's Final Jeopardy category, comic strips. Oh, you would tempt me. You would tempt me to go for this, wouldn't you? All right, 7160. I'm finishing with at least 10,000, so I'll bet 2,000 on this one. Here's the clue. He's Willy Wacker in Germany, Angelo Capello in Italy, and Andre Chapeau in France. 10 seconds. I have no idea. I'll go with, who is Andy Capp? Correct response, who is Andy Capp? There we go. I got it right. 2,000 puts me at $14,000, and I've won the game. I am not mad at that. Also, Margie got it right, too. 66% accuracy, probably one of my worst performances on here, but nonetheless. Margie with 81% and lost. I don't know how that works out. But nonetheless, a win for me on that one. 14,000 added to my winnings here. I'm back up to 78,398 for the series again. And that's all the time we have for this episode of Jeopardy. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you want to see more episodes of Jeopardy of this whole series, check out the playlist here on the channel. And if you want to subscribe to see more great game shows of the past, present, or future, click that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. That way you never miss out on all the fun and games going down here at MDG Productions. And until our questions get answered once again, and our answers become questions, I'm your host, Brandon Scruggs, saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Jeopardy. And thank you, Alex.